I don't know if it's the Chinese or the Russians, but something is wrong in the state of Denmark here, and I'll tell you why. You talk about any league. You remember, I won this thing 2 drafts ago. I crushed the competition.
By the way, yesterday's news. Sorry, keep going.
Doesn't matter, because now that I came in below Tim Seymour, I should obviously, in any league, I would get the first pick. When the commissioner sent me this notice last night, immediately I called Mueller's office and said, we need full transparency. We need an investigation. There's collusion. There's some kind of a problem here, and we've got to air this. It's just wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And I'm not the kind of guy that likes to whine, but I'm ready to litigate.
But actually, Kevin, you finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. You finished 5th last year, not in last place.
Out of how many, though?
Out of 8.
He might as well have been in last, Tyler. Come on.
Well, I know it felt like
last. 5th shall be last.
It felt like last to Mr. Wonderful. You know, a lot of people have been talking here, Tim, that you have an affinity for cannabis stocks.
Okay, I do. Although, you know, we have to be careful about the influence we're under for this draft. And in fact, I think, you know, based upon the move and the highs that these stocks are on, that may not be my strategy in 2019, Tyler.
So let's look. We've got a list of 60 stocks, including Tilray, the cannabis company.
Yep.
Not 60 stocks and investments. You can buy Bitcoin if you want, or you can buy oil. Kevin, it says in my notes that you and fellow competitor Bethany Frankel may team up somehow and collude.
I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be a nasty smackdown next Thursday when this happens. I haven't decided my strategy yet, but I know there's something wrong here. And I want to tell you something else that I've got a big beef with. I'm a dividend investor.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm all about quality and return of capital. I don't get my dividends included. I want to short Tilray. I can't do that. What's the matter with this draft? I want the commissioner to listen to my grievances, or Mueller's going to be all over him.
Tyler, if it's a snowy day at Lambeau Field or a rainy, windy day at the Meadowlands, you've got to play in the conditions you have out there. Kevin, I would stop whining and I would bring your A game, because teaming up with other teams sounds like a sign of weakness. You know, bottom line here is this is a unique set of game conditions we have for the stock draft. In fact, it's a limited horizon. If anything, you should be trading this like an option and not worry about dividends.
So, Tim, you get 3 picks. You have to hold these from April 25th until January 31st. You don't know what's going to be available when it comes up, like another kind of draft. Can you give us any insight into how you're going to be thinking about the stocks you're going to pick without giving too much away? Because we don't know if they're going to be available when it's your turn anyways.
Mom's the word, Court. And I'll tell you, what I will say is, though, I do have the #1 pick. This could be my Andre Bruce or Tim Couch moment, so I have to be really careful. Maybe I'll trade back with Kevin in the #5 pick. Who knows? But my tactic typically is to find deep value or names that have some kind of dislocation. I would like an event-driven story for a 12-month draft, especially with something that I think's been trading out of the money.
Kevin, given your lack of success, with Blue Apron a year ago, would you still consider picking one of the newer stage public companies like a Pinterest or a Zoom or a Lyft?
I'm not taking the blame on Blue Apron. I'm gonna blame Jim Cramer, who gave me that idea, saying, "Why don't you take a flyer once in a while?"
Kramer's on the bus.
Wow, look in the mirror.
He crushed me. Cramer wiped me out. So I'm going back to my roots. I'm going deep value. My grave concern is the best picks will be gone. I'm at the bottom of the list. We already know that's an outrage. But I'm going to figure out how to crawl back from the basement here and crush Seymour, crush him for this kind of insolence. That's what's going to happen.
I wonder if anybody's going to pick GE, a stock like that, Timmy.
It's interesting. I tell you what, Scott, we've had a period for this stock to go through at least the discussion of the transition. We know it's not going to happen overnight, but I think there's already been a case where you could see some things happening in the short run. But that's the type of a re-rating story that at least is opportunistic in this environment. That's why we love the stock draft.
Exactly what I brought it up.
So much of this is about timing, because 2 years ago when Kevin, you won, one of the stocks that weighed down Charles Way was AMD. It was why he did. I think he finished in last place that year. In the next year, the third pick of Nick Lowry's choices was AMD. That was the stock that made him the winner last year. So the last shall be first sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Lowry put it right through the uprights on that. And I'll say the same thing the year before. Valiant was the worst stock in the market for the preceding year, and it was the #1 performer for me So I think you have to find opportunities here where companies have they're at some inflection point, either in their revenue model, maybe it's a balance sheet cleanup. Those are the things that will move the most.
Kevin, last word to you. You make your appeal to the commissioner herewith.
Well, I'm going to bring my best game, obviously. This has become very important to all of us. Who knew this league would become so important? But I am not planning on losing ever again. So they might as well just permanently print my name on that trophy because I'm coming in to get it. You're not even going to touch that thing, Seymour. You're not even going to get to look at it.
This has gotten very personal. Very personal.
Next Thursday at 2 o'clock on Power Lunch.